First step, the jungle. Second step, eliminate enemy heroes. Third step, get objectives. These are the three steps in rotating with Fanny. Now let's reverse engineer a win using these three steps. In order to actually win the game, we need to push, so that is our ultimate objective. But we all know that it's not that easy because there are enemy heroes that come to defend the turrets. So in order to secure objectives, we need to eliminate enemy heroes first. So your role as a jungler assassin with Fan is to eliminate the enemy jungler, or at least delay their farm so that they won't be a threat to your teammates in the lanes. One particular enemy that you need to eliminate early on as well is the enemy marksman, as that would be your biggest threat in the late game. Sometimes you don't have to kill them as long as you get their HP low, and that would force them to TP back to base, and that would give your marksman an advantage. Sometimes all you need to do is to kill the enemies and your teammates will just do the pushing. And for you to be very effective in eliminating key enemy targets, you need to farm and get ahead in XP and gold and secure your own buffs. Now I'm gonna walk you through my rotation in this game. First step, the jungle. I went to my blue buff immediately, and looking at the map, our marksman at bottom lane needs help. So instead of invading the enemy red, I would go for my own red here, slowly making my way to the bottom lane. Now if you follow the route that I'm taking here, you should be level 4 in less than 1 minute and 30 seconds. And now we're ready for step 2, which is to gank the gold lane at the bottom. Zilong showed himself momentarily and I think he's gonna gank mid lane, but bottom lane is our priority right now because the marksman is far too great of a threat. Alright, we've eliminated our first target and then we're going after the second target, which is Bruno, the second marksman. I was able to bring his HP down so low so he should TP or recall back to base, or else Ixia will be able to kill him easily. The enemy jungler was chasing her and fortunately she was able to survive. That was a successful rotation from step 1 to step 2, and then we'll have a chance to get to step 3 later on. Now we're gonna start back again at step 1, and our step 2 we're gonna plan to do it on mid lane so that we can help Nana catch up to her opponent mage Vexana. So I took this opportunity to kill Vexana and we'll return to our jungle now. On a side note, Ixia was able to take advantage of our first rotation. Now our jungle is in danger of being stolen by the enemy jungler, so we're just gonna regen real quick and come back to claim our blue buff. We are at a good position here because I was able to secure my blue buff and Nana was here to help, and then we were able to eliminate Zilong, and that should allow Nana to catch up with her mage counterpart at mid. Now that was a successful step 1 and step 2 at the same time. Now we're gonna reset back to step 1 by going for this red buff. And looking at the minimap, we can skip to step 3 and go for the turtle objective. Anyways, we still have an option to do step 2 by eliminating Vexana at mid. Once I got my red buff, Vexana hid herself, so we're gonna skip step 2, which is eliminating enemy heroes because we can go straight to the objectives, which is getting the turtle. Although Vexana showed herself there, the other enemy heroes are nowhere to be found, so I'm just gonna check real quick the enemy jungle, and I was able to luckily steal that golem from Zilong. Stealing the enemy jungle is also counted as an objective, so right there we just took 2 objectives, the turtle and the enemy jungle. Now I could go for this beetle at the right side before going for the blue buff, and since we're ahead I can check this enemy blue buff and it was already taken. And now there is no enemy hero at mid, so we can skip to step 3 and go for the objectives here by pushing and going for the turret. But Bruno shows up, so we're just gonna go to step 2, which is eliminating the target. It is unsafe to push now, so we're just gonna retreat and go for our blue buff. Then the red and recall back to base because we are low in energy. Looks like they're winning a top lane, so they won't be needing my help. So I'm just gonna go for the objectives now at mid at step 3. Now we have the minions to push the turret, but Zilong shows up, so step 2, I need to eliminate the defender first before pushing the turret. I was able to eliminate the target even though Zilong was able to defend the turret. And now that Nana's back at mid and we've pushed the top lane, it is safe to take this turtle. But I thought that I could get a quick kill before going for the turtle, and I was just able to bring Hylus's HP very low, and my HP is low as well, so I'm gonna back out and go for this turtle while my teammates blockade keeping the enemy out. And now I'm out. Now back to step 1, which is the jungle. But instead of doing my jungle, I'm gonna invade the enemy's jungle because my teammates are there, and it doubles up as an objective as well. So we're hitting two birds with one stone. After a while, I wasn't able to find an opportunity to do step 2 and step 3, so I reset back to step 1 and got my own blue buff in my own jungle. We are now in the mid game, so we'll have more opportunities to do step 2 and step 3. And the most important thing here is not to chase and not to get greedy and just wait for the opportunity to present itself like this one and then capitalize on it. At this point, our team can do 3 objectives at once. We got mid, we got the enemy jungle, and we got bottom lane. My teammates got the lane, so I went for the enemy jungle. Here, the better decision would have been to push mid because there are no enemy heroes defending it. Here, I wanted to take the Lord as the objective, so I signaled the team, but Ixia is being attacked by Zilong and Hylas. So I went there to help out and was able to eliminate the enemy's frontliner Hylas the tank. And this should make it easier for my teammates to push, and already they were getting kills. But the enemy lineup was able to clear out waves of minions real quick, that's why they were able to defend the push. Vexana and especially Hanabi are able to clear out the waves easily, preventing us from accomplishing step 3, which is pushing the objectives. But now we're gonna go for step 2 so that we can eliminate the defender and we will be able to push without any resistance. In order to execute step 2, you need to be at least decent with cables, and this video will show you how.